Building and maintaining positive relationships in the workplace is critical. We know this, of course. But having the skills to do it effectively, authentically, and with purpose requires far more than sheer intellect. My assumption is that everyone in this room has the intellect to be here. For some of you, it might have been really easy. For others, you might have worked hard at it. But either way, no one is questioning your smarts. Far more challenging, but equally, if not more important for leaders of the future, which really just means leaders of today, is having the emotional intelligence, or EQ, to successfully lead your organisations and teams as well. That I began my career as a young 17-year-old in the military when I went to the Australian Defence Force Academy in Canberra before becoming an officer in the Air Force. Fortunate that the 4 years I spent at ADFA were largely positive, and I ended up graduating ducks of my Air Force class of men and women, and look back with a real sense of achievement of having done well in such a challenging environment. However, it also taught me the cultural signs and leadership red flags when you have a culture of fear. For all the teamwork and camaraderie I felt being one of the 1,000 or so cadets, there was a pervasive culture at ADFA of silence. In fact, cultures where silence is prevalent and where employees feel unable or unwilling to speak up are all too common, especially in those cultures where leaders are lacking those skills in emotional intelligence we just discussed. If we demand trust from people, they're likely to respond with scepticism. The phrase, "trust me, I know what I'm doing," is funny for a reason. Trust is not something you can just fix. You can't just build it, break it, and rebuild it. You can't just write a policy to fix it or throw a budget at it. It actually takes trust to build trust. But what we can do as individual leaders is understand the kinds of actions involved in trustworthy conduct. But what we're going to discover is that regardless of the industry context in which those failures occurred, they also shared very common features as a result of years or decades even of cultures, leadership styles and management pressures, which frankly can happen in any company, in any industry, and to any leader. What we know for sure is that people are crying out for bold, purposeful leadership with a long-term vision and with a focus on future generations. I think everyone in this room has a huge opportunity to be part of that. I want to leave you today with one such bold gesture now through the story of US Army Captain William Swenson. I know everyone in this room will seize the challenge of being bold, emotionally intelligent leaders, whether you run the company or run your team. Thank you very much.